Hello everyone, welcome to Max Brains. So in this video we are going to continue with the child development pedagogy for CTET paper 1 and 2. We are going through the concept of development and its relationship with learning. That is, we are going through the concepts of growth and development. We've already seen about child psychology, and this is what we are going through now for the past two videos. So, under concept of development, we've already discussed the characteristics of development and the factors of development in the previous video. If any of you have missed it, please get back to the previous video so that it will be easy for you to understand when we are learning through the principles of development, which we will be discussing in this particular video. So what are we going to see under principles of development or all these things? And remember, under this concept, principles of development, likely there are 2 to 3 questions asked from this topic itself. Okay, so this topic is more important. Okay, you have to listen carefully, and this topic is of great importance. So please listen to this. Now we'll continue with this topic, principles of development. So under principles of development, we have all these. See, development, when you talk about development, how is development? Is it continuous? Is it sequential? And what are the differences? And the multi-dimensions, can it be modified? And how does it vary from stage to stage? And can we predict it? And or is it correlated? So all these things we are going to discuss under the principles of development. The first one says that development is continuous, or you call it as principle of continuity. Okay, so here you can say that when you talk about development, it will change at each step, or each stage, it will change, but then it will continue. So you can never say that development in one stage and other stage has no continuity. It always has. Okay, so for example, when the child is going to be small, okay, the child will first learn to walk, or they learn to crawl, and then only they'll stand with support, and then without support, and then they'll be able to walk without any support. Okay, so directly the child will not be able to learn to walk. So how does it go? It is a continuous process of crawling and then standing with and without support. Okay, and finally only the child will be able to walk. So this process itself tells you that development is going to be continuous. So this change does not take place instantly. Okay, it can take place on a day-to-day basis, or on a yearly basis, or anyway. And it is not just the changes in the body, but it also holds good for the changes in the behavioral patterns. Okay, so if you're going to talk about behavior, okay, so you need to change, you need to practice one particular behavior. You need to practice waking up early in the morning. You cannot do it immediately. If you're going to if you have a practice of waking up at 8 a.m., okay, immediately the next day itself you cannot say that you can start waking up at 6 a.m. Yes, you will gradually reduce. Only then it will become a practice. If not, it will just be temporary. So development is going to be continuous, and this is called the principle of continuity. The next one is development is sequential. Sequential means a stage by stage, a step by step. Okay, so that means it has to follow a certain order, or it has to follow a certain sequence. Okay, so only in that case you can say every individual in his or her behavioral pattern, or the bodily growth, or the intellectual growth, whatever may be, it has to follow a sequence. So this order or sequence, when it is being followed, then you say that development is sequential, and this is called the principle of sequentiality. Okay, so there might be a delay for certain reasons, but still it has to be sequential. Okay, you can say that maybe some children may develop their skills very fast, some children may do it slower. Okay, so there might be some delay, but for no reason you can ever say that it doesn't follow a sequence. It follows a particular sequence or order, and so you call it as principle of sequentiality. The next one is going to be individual differences in development. Okay, so here if you're going to see here, you are able to see that, so every person is going to grow at a different pace at a different rate. Okay, so the rate of development might change, so all those things might change. Okay, so what will happen here is some certain things might be common. Okay, because of their hereditary traits. Okay, there might be some hereditary traits which may help them to complete certain skills very quickly, or there might be some favorable environment conditions, so which might help them to get certain skills very easily. But these two can be the same reason wherein another child will not be able to acquire certain skills very quickly. Okay, so in that case you can see that there is a difference, not just between children or people from different hereditary or environment. Even if you're going to take two children from the same family, so like you can talk about siblings, or you can talk about twins even. Okay, so even there you will have a difference. You can see that no two siblings or no two twins or triplets are going to act the same, even if they are going to be twins, even if they are going to be born on the same date, same parents, whatever may be, but still they are going to be different, because one child may be good at art, another one child may be good at math, another my child might be good in language. So all these differences will be there, and this is called the principle of individual differences. So next one is general to specific. Okay, so when the development is going to start, okay, the first thing is the child will be able to acquire the general abilities. Okay, and then only as the child develops its skills, and then the child will be able to specialize in one particular skill or one particular ability. So development always proceeds from general to specific. So this is called principle of generality to specificity. Okay, so this is another thing. So like everybody, all children, first when they are going to utter words, they don't utter. What do? They only babble. Okay, they babble, and then later on they are able to use words very clearly to convey their thoughts. Next one is development is multidimensional. Yes. So when you talk about development, the changes in development, they are going to be multidimensional, but at the same time, all the dimensions will be interconnected. Okay, so what are the dimensions? You can say dimensions of development. You can say it is going to be physical, emotional, social, psychological. Okay, so all these things are going to be there. So all these undergo rapid changes when the child is going to reach their adolescence. Okay, so these are going to be multi-dimensional. The child will not. The child is like very small. Also, there will be changes in all these things. Okay, so rapid changes might occur. So it might either increase or decrease. So every way you cannot say it is going to increase. Sometimes their emotional stability might increase or it might decrease. A child may become more emotional or less emotional. A child may become more socialized, or the child may become an introvert and think not about socializing with their peers or with their environment. So all those things can happen. The next one is multi-directional. Okay, so development is multi-directional, which is called the principle of multi-directional. Okay, so here you can see that the direction of growth. The direction of growth might be might be very quick. Okay, might be very fast in one particular area. Okay, so in certain areas they might be able to see a rapid growth, and in certain areas they might see a rapid growth might be there, or there might be a decline. Okay, so this is also going to be multi-directional. So direction you talk about going up or down, left or right. So however it is, you can never say that direction will always be only increasing. Development can increase, development can decrease, depending on what type of development we are talking about. So during their young stage, the development will increase. The ability to acquire, the ability to gain knowledge, the ability to retain memory, all will increase. But as the same person, same individual is going to grow older, that will decrease. You will be able to see a decline. Okay, so you can see that development is going to be multi-directional. The next one is development is modifiable. Development is modifiable. Yes, you can say the development is going to be highly flexible. Yeah, that is why we are able to see about all these changes. We've been discussing so many things. Okay, so likewise, it is going to be modifiable. You can very quickly modify by like when there is development, there will be a change. Okay, so flexibility is nothing but the change. That is why you use the word plasticity. Okay, it can very easily change its shape. Okay, you can do it when it is going to be some plasticity. The main idea behind plasticity is that it can easily change its shape, or it can easily change its size, and all that thing can easily happen. Okay, even at very low temperature or some slight heating. So with that, they are comparing development by telling that development is modifiable. That is, it is very flexible. A child, sometimes you can see that is not able, he or she is not able to read a proper language or able to understand in one school. Okay, so the child is being put in school A. Okay, you can see the child may find some difficulties. The child is not able to perform. The same child, if the child is going to sometimes when the child is going to be changed, you can see that the child may perform very well, or it can also become the vice versa. A child who was very performing very well in school A might go down. The child is going to be get into school B. So what is happening? There is a change. There is a flexibility. So there, the development is becoming modifiable. A child might score very good marks in grade one, but not in grade six. This can also be the reverse. Okay, some a child who is not scoring in grade one can score very well in grade six. Okay, so you can never judge that if it is going to, that's what we saw even under multi-directional. Okay, the next one is contextual. Okay, development is going to be contextual in the sense, um, the different factors like historical factors. Okay, so development, it will be based on one particular thing. So development, we say, right, it's going to be psychological, social, emotional. So it is going to be based on environmental. So this is the context is with respect to historical or environment or the socio-cultural factors. So depending on that, development is going to be changing. A child, depending on what he or she is going to experience, might show a change in behavior. Okay, a child who is like kept very happy and merry in their infancy and toddler, might grow out to be a very confident person, and be the vice versa for another child. Okay, so this is all contextual with respect to how the child is going to be exposed to the environment, what kind of experience the child is going to get. So next one, it's proceed stage by stage. That's what we saw even in the beginning. It is continuous. Okay, so it's again going to be stage by stage. So there is different stages of development we'll be seeing. Okay, so for example, we saw the example of babbling to talking words. So that is again, it is going to be a stage by stage. Or the walking. Okay, so the time the child is going to crawl and the child is going to walk. Okay, talking and walking, you see, it also happens stage by stage. It cannot happen immediately. So development always is going to be stage by stage, and the development is predictable. Okay, it is predictable depending on how the child is made to experience. Okay, so you can see that there are again hereditary factors, environmental factors. With all that, you'll be able to see that the child will be, you can predict when the child is, sometimes when the child is going to be in a difficult situation, and you can see that the development is declining, then you say that yes, I understand why the child's development is going down, because the child is going through some difficult situation. So in that case, you can say that development is always predictable. So it is again going to be based on the environmental factors and the socio-cultural factors, and you can say depending on the heredity. Okay, what the child is going to experience from the family, peers, teachers, and so on. The next one is going to be the last one. That is, development is correlated. Yes. So when we are going to, we spoke about physical, we spoke about emotional, and then social. So all these things, so all these are correlated. See, though you might say that it is going to be different, it is going to be multidimensional, still all these are correlated, all these are going to be interrelated. Okay, you cannot have just as the child grows physically, the child will also have emotional changes, the child will also behave differently with its social environment. Okay, so all these are independent of each other but still have an impact on each other. So this is all about the principles of development. So we've seen all these concepts under principles of development. So hope you've understood this. Mm, so you need to remember all these basics. So whenever they are going to ask you any questions related to this, hope you'll be able to answer. Some of you have asked me for the previous year questions and all. Yes, I'll be doing it slowly. I thought I'll finish few concepts so that it will be easy for you also to go through or understand when I'm dealing with the previous year questions. Hope you've understood this. If you have any doubts, please get back to the video and try to listen. I'm also posting videos on videos for science. I started posting videos for the first chapter. So any of you have missed it, please get back to those video and try to understand, try to listen. Mm. See you again with the next concept in the upcoming video. Thank you everyone.